Hi, my name's Crystal, and this is the first video that I'm doing to start documenting my journey to weight loss and freedom from this struggle of mine. I also hope to encourage maybe one or two people out there that may know what this struggle is like and feel like maybe things are never going to change. And if I can encourage somebody, then that would be fantastic. I know a lot of people have encouraged me, and that has really been powerful in my life. I have a really big problem. I turn to food for things that it was never intended to be. I really like to eat, and I have done that since I was a very small kid after going through some pretty traumatic events. I believe that you can become addicted to anything, and I became addicted to food. It really became my food of choice, my drug of choice, and I am working really hard on changing that now after hitting bottom this year. I weighed in at 311 pounds at my lowest of lows, and I was incredibly sick. I have several things wrong with my health currently, but the two biggest that plague me are two conditions. One is abbreviated HS, and it is inflammation of your sweat glands. It's an infection, it's a disease. And the other is polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS, that regulates my hormones, and your hormones really control a lot, turns out, and it's made me very, very ill. Both of those things have run havoc on my body and on what I'm able to do. Not being able to live life like I want, not being able to do things with my family like I've wanted to do, and just being sick and tired of being sick and tired really made me hit an all-time low this year. I think it really got out of control when I lost two daughters about 5 years ago, two baby girls, and I just stopped taking care of me. And I gained 60 pounds over the last 5 years. So I had to get honest with myself this year. You can't change anything unless you're honest with yourself, and I had to realize what I've done. I also, as silly as it may sound, need to figure out why. Why was I eating when I wasn't hungry? Why was I eating as much as I would eat in any particular setting? That was a really big deal, and I have spent a lot of time and a lot of hard work over the last 7 months answering that question. And I will talk more about that possibly in a different video. But one of the biggest things that I realized I needed to learn how to do was not run away from pain. I needed to learn how to turn to God, and that He was big enough and trustworthy enough to handle my deepest, darkest pains. And instead of turning to food and putting food in that place. I'm saying a lot, sorry. Then I also, after a lot of consideration, decided to have weight loss surgery. I have decided to go with the gastric sleeve, which means that they remove 75% of your stomach. It just leaves this little sleeve of a stomach. It's permanent, but it's just a tool. It will help aid in weight loss, but it's not a fix in and of itself. I think the most important thing is learning the why behind what you do and taking steps to change that. I am doing weight loss surgery because of the health problems I have, not wanting them to get worse in the time that I'm trying to lose the weight, or spread, and I'm tired of being sick and tired, as cliche as that may sound, and I think I need the help, even though it kind of feels like failure to admit that. I think that I do need the help. Right now, I have worked really hard to lose 43 pounds. That's really significant for me. I've never lost that much weight, but I have a long way to go. I need to weigh somewhere around 150 pounds, and right now I currently weigh 268. So I have a long journey still ahead. And it's the night before my surgery. Tomorrow morning, I will be having my surgery, and I'm at complete peace about having the surgery. I wasn't several months ago. I was nervous and scared, and I had all sorts of doubts about whether or not I was making the right choice. But right now, I'm really confident. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about is that they do a good job and that everything goes right, and that I don't wake up finding out that something went wrong. But I've got a lot of confidence in the surgeon and his team, and I'm just excited for what the future holds. I think the reason that I'm mostly excited is because I realize that the surgery is just a step, and that the hardest part of my journey I've been doing and I've worked on, and that's walking a life that is not turning to food like it's a drug to go numb, so I don't have to feel, and I don't have to feel pain. And I just want to encourage anybody else that is struggling, or they don't know how to overcome, or maybe they think it's never going to change, that if it can change for me, it can change for anybody. So this is the first video. I'll be talking about some other things along the way. I'll be sharing what it's like to go from a woman that weighs 311 pounds to a woman that will weigh 150 or somewhere in there, like I'm supposed to, and how good it's going to be and how great it is right now to know that I don't have to turn to food anymore. So until then, thanks for watching.